The secular world loves to make the God of the Bible look bad. They'll often use excuses and things from the Old Testament law through Moses to try and make the God of the Bible look like a false God, like a bad person. But really, when we actually dig deep and find out what the law really is trying to prevent, what it's trying to do, its purpose, why it was written, why it was given, to whom it was given to, we actually find out that these laws are actually pretty smart and good. They're actually very beneficial to society. Now, atheists are thinking to themselves, yeah, this guy's promoting rape, this guy's promoting slavery, this guy's promoting sexism. Hold on. Stop. You atheists are promoting the lack of understanding of history when you say that nonsense. When you read these Old Testament laws, you need to take it into context. What does that mean? When you read something in context, you have to just not take one verse unless it lines up with all the other verses, but look at the surrounding verses. Think, what was going on in that day and age back then? What was the culture like? What was the mentality of mankind 3,000–4,000 years ago in the land of Judea during that time period? What were they thinking towards women? What were women thinking towards men? It's very different than today. What was the language that this was written in? Was it written in English initially? So, we have to take all of this into account when reading. Today we're going to be talking about women and another example of how the law actually protects women in one sense, and yet also protects the husbands and the fathers in another sense, depending on who sins. Because ultimately the law is to prevent sin. The whole purpose of each law given is for sin to be totally prevented. If people followed the law, then there's no sin. But if people broke the law, then there's sin. But of course, if people broke the law, that's not God's fault. He gave the law. It's their fault if they don't want to obey it. So, let's take a look at Deuteronomy chapter 22, starting at verse 13. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her. Go in Old English, as this is the King James Version Bible, simply means he sleeps with her. Anytime the Old Testament of the King James Version Bible uses the term go in, it's referring to sleeping with the person. So, if any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. That phrase, I came to her, is the same that's also used throughout the Old Testament of a man sleeping with her. Okay? So, he says he found her not a maid. Women were to be maidservants, or housewomen, not what the opposite of that would have been a whore, a non-virgin, a woman who's loose, who doesn't stay at home. But a maid was a good girl, a virgin, okay? That's what it means. So, a man is suddenly coming up to this accusation after he married this woman and saying, hey, this girl, she's not a virgin. Because obviously, when virginity is broken the first time of sleeping with a woman, the hymen is broken and blood is released, which means it would have been shown on the clothing, the sheets, whatever.
استغفر الله. خليه يروح هذا. ابعدوا خليه يروح ورا. هو اللي مجمعهم ابراهيم. استغفر الله العظيم.